In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 biggest mistakes I did during the first 5 years in Game of Grants. I'm Robert Miskov, CEO of Pedal Consulting. We are a top performing SME when it comes to number of successfully secured and implemented projects under Horizon 2020 and Horizon Europe programs in Central Europe. First one for sure is that I just realized relatively recently is that I was playing solo. I was going for solo for too long time. By solo I mean me plus 2/3 people. But as soon as I really started paying attention to the size of the team and also to the quality of the team, we could see almost immediate results in form of a number of secured grants. And also I tend to believe on the quality of outputs that we were generating and producing in a framework of approved projects. So that's the one, playing solo for too long time. Second one, I was really stubborn, but as you know, each time you receive the rejection or approval letter, it is accompanied by ESR, Evaluation Summary Report, and it was probably going to my personality, being stubborn. There were a lot of rejections, and as soon as I read the letter, we regret to inform you, I didn't read ESR with the necessary attention. So because in Evaluation Summary Report, you get the hints from evaluators. Oftentimes they can be considered subjective, but there are certainly good points how you can then later on, when you resubmit the proposal, when you recycle it, address the shortcomings or gaps which are explicitly listed and spelled out in this ESR. So my second big mistake was that I didn't pay enough attention to the feedback we were getting from the reviewers. The third one was certainly about the consortium. So as you know, the first page that your reviewers are always considering or checking and seeing is what's the team, who is making this proposal, and what is their capacity, track record, are there any heavy weights, is there the right dynamics. And in first years, I must say, since our network was rather limited, network of partners, we had the trend of inviting always the same, more friends, to be honest, than partners, based on what the call text was requiring, based on the actual expertise. And of course, we got many rejections because of that. Because even though, for instance, at that time I was really naive, and I thought that if we were going to propose international consortium from different countries, which was by default requirement, I thought that the box was checked. But that was, of course, a big mistake from my end. And only later on I started really paying attention to who we invite, from where, why we invite them, what would be their specific role, which is directly requested by the call text. And I would say that the size of consortium is arguably the single most important aspect when it comes to making it or breaking it in the proposal. So the fourth one is the task descriptions. So as you know, the first section is excellence, second one is impact, and third one is implementation. So here, when we were describing the work packages or task descriptions, very often we were too vague. Like just silly examples, we said we will be organizing the number of events, but we didn't really specify what would be the agenda, what would be the target group, who would be organizing them, and that's just one example. But typically also when we, in initial phases of the project, were undertaking responsibility of doing some sort of mapping exercises, we didn't really break it down to the necessary level of detail, and this is where we lost many points for way too long. So that's number 4, and the fifth one, it's the budget. So being the newcomer in the game back in 2010, we wanted to compete also partially with the budget. Being from Central Europe, arguably the market prices are competitive compared to, for instance, Western Europe, or at least at that time they were. But still, our budget was not credible. We were going way too under, and reviewers could definitely spot that. So when it comes to the budget, we learned that it should be really credible and it should reflect the real market prices. And again, it took us a couple of years to swallow this pill and learn this rather expensive lesson.